The Rope and the Inexhaustible Crust. I was on a journey. I was holding a rope and a loaf of bread. The rope was in my left hand, and a loaf of bread was in my right hand. A loaf of bread that never seems to run out. A rope so long that it seemed endless, and I could not clearly determine where it was taking me. Every time I loosened my grip on the rope, I couldn't breathe, and every time my hand loosens the bread, I felt weak. So while I was traveling, I held those things tightly as I followed the length of the rope until it took me to the shores of the ocean. I saw in front of me a man with his back to me. I didn't attempt to go in front of him and look at his face. I don't understand myself, but I seem to be scared nervous every time I try to look at his face. So I decided to stay behind him a few meters away. The only thing I remember about him was that he was wearing a white shirt. I noticed that his right hand was raised holding a loaf of bread similar to mine as he faced the ocean. I also noticed that he was holding the rope I was holding, and every time he released the handle on it, I felt the pain. And I want to remove my grip on it, but I couldn't because I can't breathe if I lose my grip on it. I saw his resilience in maintaining the height of his right hand with an inexhaustible crust. But why in his resilience, I felt that he was struggling. I stayed behind him, constantly holding the rope and watching on what he was doing, until I saw people pass by in front of him and praised his resilience and dedication to what he was doing. Those people are holding bread like us and also holding a rope, but the direction is going somewhere else. One of them he asked to stay by his side to accompany him, but that person just answered him a smile and continued walking, then disappeared from his sight. From behind him, I felt his sadness because several times he experienced rejection from other people he wished to be with. Soon someone came and responded to his invitation, holding his left hand. I felt happy for him, but I couldn't understand the pain inside of me when he loosened his grip on the rope that was the extension of my rope. As I was looking for another way to find another rope to hold on so I couldn't feel the pain anymore, I noticed someone next to the person holding that person's hand. I saw that the rope of the three of them was in disarray, and because of that, the man in front of me decided to let go of the hand of that person who responded to his invitation. The man in front of me busy fixing the rope he was holding. People passed by again. He saw a person resembling his garment from head to toe. He invited that person to accompany him, and that person positively took his hand and leaned on his shoulder. But despite the pleasure of their conversation, why does he still have a burden? He seemed to have no peace of mind, and why did I feel that way too? Again, he let go and let that person travel to its own destination. The last thing I remember was a voice coming from somewhere, the voice that instructed me to go to the right side of that man who was in front of me and support its hold on the bread that was raised.